My name is Simon and I'd like to demonstrate for you today the SwiftTec DMXconsole software. We'll start by just having a quick overview of the controls on the screen. At the top left you'll see a manual trigger button. This is used when scenes are set up to trigger manually. We'll cover this in another video. Then at the top right we've got 4 buttons. The first one is an about, and it will just bring up details of the software and the license. And there are buttons on here that you can use to go and purchase or add the license of your software. The next button is for help. The button that follows that one allows you to edit certain settings. There are a few things you can change here. First one, and the most important one, is to change the mode. Here you can see we can select from 16, 24, 32, 48 or 64 channel mode. The controller says it's not assigned because we haven't got one plugged in, and normally this software will automatically detect the controller and add it in. But if it doesn't, you can come into this section and add a controller using the buttons provided. Finally, we've got an off switch, which we'll use at the end of the video. Below that we have a number of scene buttons. Now by default they're labelled as scene 0 through to scene 9, and these can be used to retain programs of fader settings. Below that we see the 16 devices. Each one has its own channel and each one has a display at the top. Let's look at the channel in a bit more detail. At the bottom we've got the channel number. Above that we have a slider which is used to control the value sent to that DMX channel. Above the slider we can see a number. Now this will change as I move the slider up and down, and that is the actual DMX value being sent to the controller on that particular channel. Above that it says in yellow writing dimmer. Now we can change the type of this channel by editing it, and that yellow word will then reflect what type of channel we have chosen. In the space above that there's space to put a name which will remind us what we're using the channel for. And finally at the top we've got a graphical representation of the current state of the channel. If we're using a dimmer, then it will attempt to show the current brightness of the light, which is in the big circle, and in the small circle will show the colour that we expect the light to be when it's at full brightness. Now I'm going to show you how to change the filter colour on a channel. We would do this when we've got a filter gel fitted in front of a lamp. All I will do is right click on the device, select set filter colour, and then pick the colour of my gel from the table, or if it's not quite match I can use the table on the right. When I've got the colour that I want that matches my gel, I just press OK. Now you'll see that when I move my slider up and down, the actual representation is changing, and the small dot on the top shows me the colour of the filter I've selected. If I change it, then I can quickly go and change the filter colour on a number of lights. So let's set a few up for our example now. And there we have it. If I want to change the settings of a particular channel, all I do is right click on the channel and say edit. Now we have a number of things that we can change. At the top we've got a space where we can enter the device name. So I can put in here, for example, stage left, because I've got to like this one from the left hand side. Underneath that I can select the DMX universe. Now in DMXconsole we can only have one universe, so there'll only be one thing to select from. But should you run the DMX Manager software, you'll get a bigger choice. The base number is the actual channel number. So if this device was not on channel 1 but was on channel 21, so all I need to do is modify that number and press OK. I can change the displayed image by picking one from the list. And if I make the list a little bit bigger, we've got a number of images that you can use. So in this case, we're just going to use this as a black short parkan. And I'm going to say to it that I don't want to show the device status, I only want to see its image. So I'll change that button there. Press OK, and now we've got stage left with a black parkan, and it will remind us what it is and what it does. So the only thing that we're really left to do at the end of this is just to shut down, and that will be done. Thank you.